Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Gamers Edition. In today's video we're going to be looking at the Watch 4 Classic and whether or not you should upgrade to the Watch 6 Classic, where the physical rotating bezel has finally made a return once again. So firstly, let's start off with the design of the Watch 4 Classic. Looking at the Watch 4 and Watch 6 Classic, the design is quite similar, with the new Watch 6 having a slightly more slimmer bezel which increases the screen size by 1mm. Another design change to the design of the Watch 6 Classic is the new wrist straps. They now have been made easier to change out with a single button compared to the pin-like mechanism on the Watch 4 Classic. The good news is if you have a Watch 4 Classic or Watch 4, just like me, you can use the new bands of the Watch 6 and Watch 6 Classic on your Watch 4 or Watch 5. Moving on to the software, both watches have the latest version of watchOS 4 with Samsung's One UI 5 skin on top. So both watches have the latest features like officially having support for WhatsApp and other third-party apps within the Google Play Store. Component changes for the Watch 6 compared to the Watch 4 Classic are as such. So looking at the specs, we're going to be comparing the Watch 4 Classic first, then we're going to be looking at the Watch 6 Classic specs. So for you guys, this will help you come to the ultimate decision on what to do, whether to keep the watch or to upgrade to the new Watch 6 Classic. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at the specs of each watch, but firstly we're going to start off with the Watch 4 Classic, which is the one I have right in front of me. So let's get started. So the CPU speed on the Watch 4 Classic is 1.18 GHz. The CPU type is a dual core. The main screen on this watch is 1.4 inches and the resolution of the display is 450 by 450. The RAM on this watch is 1.5 GB and the storage on the watch is 16 GB. Moving on to the battery capacity on this Watch 4 Classic is 361 mAh, which should be good for up to 40 hours of usage according to the Samsung website. Moving on, this watch has Bluetooth version 5.0. It also has NFC, and as you guys know, it's powered by Google OS with Samsung's One UI skin on top. The technology used for the screen is called Super AMOLED. And that's pretty much it for what you have to know about these watches. So now let's quickly compare the Watch 6 to the Watch 4, and what I'm going to do for this is I'm just going to tell you what parts have been changed. So the CPU in the new Watch 6 goes up to 1.4 GHz compared to the 1.18 on the Watch 4 Classic. The main screen size has changed because the bezel on the Watch 6 Classic is now 1mm less, meaning the screen size has increased by a millimeter, making it 1.5 inches. The resolution of the main display on the new Watch 6 is 480 by 480, and the RAM on the new Watch 6 has increased from 1.5 GB to 2 GB. As for the storage is the same on both watches with 16 GB of internal storage. However, where the new Watch 6 takes a lead from the Watch 4 Classic is on the battery capacity. It now has 425 mAh of battery. However, according to Samsung's website, both share the same time of usage, which is up to 40 hours. Unlike the Watch 4 Classic, the Watch 6 Classic has Bluetooth version 5.3. and it also does weigh a little bit more. Okay, so now it's time for my conclusion on whether or not you should upgrade to the Watch 6 Classic. If you already have the Watch 4 Classic and you're happy with how it's working, I'd say stick with it for a while longer, just like I'm going to do, as it's got another year, maybe year and a half, 2 years at the very most of software updates left. However, if you don't already have a Watch 4 Classic, then it's best to go for the Watch 6 Classic, as you'll have longer support on the software side of things and security updates for your watch. Currently you can get the Watch 4 Classic in 46mm for around £180 at the time of recording this video, and this purchase was made off Amazon. And the new Watch 6 Classic for just under £400 at £399 at the time of filming this video. So personally speaking, because I already have the Watch 4 Classic, I'm actually going to be keeping it for another year and a half, 2 years until the updates eventually finish and it's no longer receiving any updates. Meanwhile, in that time, Samsung may change the design in the Watch 7 or the Watch 8. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you like seeing these kind of videos, drop a like and consider subscribing to help us reach our goal of 5,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next one.